Welcome back once again to Bonita Media. Call me Boniface Oino if at all you're meeting for the first time. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your greatest support. Let me say this. Let me just ask this question. That how did these people fail to be vindicated or fail to be arrested or maybe fail to be prosecuted because of what happened back in 2007? After all these statements that were made by Fatou Bensouda, that is the ICC chief prosecutor, these people walked scot-free. None of them, in fact, none of them was found guilty. You know, these things sometimes normally makes me ask myself a lot of questions concerning the ICC and all that. How did these people walk scot-free? After all these statements that are made by Fatou Bensouda, I want us to listen to Fatou Bensouda speaking, and then I come back so that we can jump back into the discussion. Listen to her.
The prosecution asserts that the two accused, Mr. William Ruto and Mr. Joshua Arap Sang, are among the most responsible for the crimes of murder, of persecution, and deportation that occurred in the Rift Valley. The prosecution will demonstrate that Mr. Ruto and his syndicate of powerful allies, including his co-accused, Mr. Sang, sought to exploit the historical tensions between Kalenjin and Kikuyu for their own political and personal ends. Your Honors, the evidence which the prosecution will present will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the crimes for which Mr. Ruto and Mr. Sang are charged were not just random and spontaneous acts of brutality. On the contrary, this was a carefully planned, coordinated, and executed campaign of violence, specifically targeting perceived PNU supporters, targeting their homes and targeting their businesses. Mr. Ruto's ultimate goal was to seize political power for himself and his party through violent means. And this was in the event that he could not do so through the ballot box. By exhorting his supporters to rid the Rift Valley of the Kikuyu, Mr. Ruto and his network also sought to permanently alter the ethnic composition of the area in order to consolidate his political power base amongst the Kalenjin. As the senior trial lawyer, Anton Steinberg, will explain in more detail, the prosecution will prove that this campaign of violence was conceived, planned, and implemented by a network of influential Kalenjin. They were led by their anointed leader, Mr. William Ruto, a powerful political figure in the Rift Valley. Over a period of 18 months prior to the elections, in a series of private and public messages, Mr. Ruto assembled this network using to his advantage existing Kalenjin community structures and customs. He assigned responsibilities. He raised finance. He procured weapons and hosted meetings in furtherance of the criminal aims of the network. Using community structures, he gathered together an army of loyal Kalenjin youth to go to war for him in the event of an election loss. He also stoked the flames of anti-Kikuyu sentiment, both personally at public rallies and indirectly through other influential speakers and through the media. And when the election was lost, he gave the order to attack. In this way, he made an essential contribution to the violence that ensued. The main mouthpiece used by Mr. Ruto to spread his message was his co-accused, Mr. Joshua Arap Sang. Mr. Sang was a popular radio presenter at Cast FM, a major Kalenjin radio station. Mr. Sang placed his prime time radio show at the disposal of the network to spread their message and coordinate their activities. Mr. Sang broadcast anti-Kikuyu rhetoric, spread the word of Mr. Ruto's rallies, and even helped to coordinate the actual attacks through decoded messages. In this way, he too contributed to the violence. Mr. President, Your Honors, the prosecution submits that under international criminal law, each of the accused is therefore criminally responsible for the acts of murder, deportation, persecution that are set out, Mr. President, in the document containing the charges.
Now, I would like to ask this thing, that you can now imagine what is happening right now. That, I don't know right now if at all maybe the ICC would come back now to say that they want to arrest William Ruto, or maybe they take William Ruto to ICC. I don't know maybe whether he will walk scot-free the same way he walked last time. Because right now, remember, everything is open. The president himself said that the police are supposed to shoot the legs of the Gen Zs. You know, all these things that have been happening. People being killed under his watch, he's doing nothing. You know, a lot of things are happening in this country right now. So I really don't know. I just wanted to bring that thing because, you know, according to what I believe or what I know with the ICC is the International Criminal Court. So this court normally handles cases that happens globally, that happens internationally, mostly with the leaders. I want to ask this question, that right now we have Murkomen, we have Ichungu. I just want to mention but a few people that are supposed to be taken to ICC. We have Ichungu, we have Murkomen, we have that is a DCI boss, that is Amin. We have William Ruto. We have a lot of them, by the way. We have, in fact, if we can even mention Lagat. Those are the kind of people that right now are supposed to be taken to ICC. And like, you know, it's not the first time that but Amin's name is being mentioned with the ICC cases. Last time, the 2007-2008, he appeared. In fact, I don't know whether he was one of the eyewitnesses. I don't know. But now these are the kind of things that we need to ask ourselves. That suppose ICC comes back right now, how is it going to be? Are these people going to be found guilty and maybe persecuted, or what? I don't know. Sometimes you ask a lot of questions that in this country. Sometimes you ask yourself that in this country, are we really on the right track? And if yes, what exactly are we supposed to do? And if no, what happens or what is happening? Because as things stands right now, the way we are speaking, ICC should take charge and, you know, should tell us way forward. Leave alone these rumors that Kenyans, I heard that last time I heard the opposition saying that the names of the William Ruto and his teams must be taken to ICC. That is okay. But now, after being taken to ICC, because one thing I know is that we have got eyewitnesses are there, evidences are there. So right now there is nothing that will make ICC fail to take charge, or maybe fail to do what is right, to make sure that these people pay for what they've done in this country. You know, a leader will just walk openly and tell us that shoot to kill.
Na mjue mko na support yangu 100%. Yeah, mngetumia bunduki kupiga hao asingekuwa na shida kabisa. Si mmesikia hata leo nimetangazia kila mtu kwa Kenya. Si ati ni siri tena. Yeah, nimesema askari mwenye atasumbuliwa ati anapelekwa kotini kwa sababu alitumia bunduki kujichunga, ama kuchunga police station, ama kuchunga bunge, ama kuchunga government office kotini, ama wapi, mtu akijaribu kwanza hawezi, because hatuta cooperate. Yeah, we will not cooperate with anybody who is trying to punish police officers who have done their job or protect themselves, protect their life. Hakuna, haitawezekana. Ya pili, police officer mwenye atakuwa na shida yote tutamchukulia wakili. Hakuna vile tutawacha ati police officer hangaike tu peke yake. Na mtaona hiyo maneno ikisonga. Bora tu usitumie sasa hii nafasi useme haya kwa sababu nitachungwa, acha niende nitembelee jirani hapo ni test. Hapana. Yani you already know kwa your standing orders what it means. Situation kama hii hata watu 10 ngapi wangeumizwa, hakuna shida because ungefanyia nini sasa police station kama hii?
Oh my God. Record. Wow. Uongo. Wanavutiwa chini. What the hell? Guys.
This is not okay.
Ameshutiwa na amevutwa hivi kama gunia.
Akiaja mwangalia
that you are not given, and imagine even Rigathi Gachagua said that you don't expect, sometimes I ask myself, as personally I ask myself that some people, not all, but some people are seeing Rigathi Gachagua as the best option, the best person to replace William Samoei Ruto. But we've never asked ourselves these questions, that William Ruto worked with Rigathi Gachagua. These people were sitting on the same table. They were taking the same, they were taking tea from the same flask. If maybe they would do that, they were going to eat nyama choma, the same place. Sometimes they would drive in the same car. They will fly using the same chopper. So it means that the behaviors of William Samoei Ruto, there is no difference from the behaviors of Rigathi Gachagua. It is only that right now Rigathi Gachagua is not in government. That is why he feels like, or that is why he feels like he should tell us that yule mtu ni mbaya. So ashatoka anajaribu kupaka yule mwingine matope, ilhali yeye na yule mtu mwingine hakuna tofauti. Politicians are so funny. And that is one thing I came to understand, that politics is very funny and politicians are very funny. When they are in government, when they are enjoying, they don't talk. Now, when they are not in government, when they are not enjoying, they now fold their hands and now start accusing the person that is remaining there. Mara yule ni mbaya, mara yule amefanya hivi, mara huyu ako hivi. Yet she was also in the same position. Take a look at Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua is telling us that they would go with William Ruto using the same chopper to launch an existing road.
So if we can fix our governance back at home, tufukuze hii wauaji na hii wezi, we fix the economy, everybody is happy. When you retire, mkija nyumbani, mnakuja tu mnakaa huko kusoma magazeti, kuenda massage, kuenda sauna, mnakula maadi yenu polepole. Hata mumeumia hapa kwa kazi mingi sana, si ndio? Si kazi hapa ni mingi. So I would like us to make a country where when you retire, hata wewe utafurahia retirement yako. That is the kind of country that we want to create. And in that, we'll work together. Mimi nimeshukuru sana. Kama nimebo nyinyi poleni. Na mimi sasa niko hapa wiki kadhaa, alafu nirudi kule. Watu tayari wananiuliza, sababu hii jamaa lazima. Hiyo mtu si rahisi. Lazima iko kibarua, si ndio? Iko kibarua. Anajua mimi ndio namuelewa kuliko anybody else. Mimi namuelewa sana. Lakini uongo. That man lies without blinking. Amekuangalia tu na mnaia na kudanganya. Tangu nizaliwe, I've never come across such a liar in my entire life. Na ilifika pahali mimi nikaona siwezani naye. Siwezi, kwa sababu mimi ni Mkristo, ni mtu ya ukweli. Tulikuwa tunaenda kufungua barabara, na anajua there is no budget, there is no money. Matiga inabebwa, matrakta nini, anaenda anachukua bendera, anaanzisha. Tunaingia ndege, tunaenda, matiga inatufuata. Sasa nikaenda nikamwambia rais, hii uongo si itatumaliza. Sema bana, hii raia ni watu ya kupangwa namna hii. There is still time, wewe acha tupanga hii watu. Namwambia but we promise. Anasema hiyo ilikuwa ni campaign bana. Wewe unafikiria ile maneno yote tulisema?
Wanaenda kwa chopa moja. They are launching the road, yet he knows that there is no road there. He would be sent by William Ruto. Nenda ukadanganya, and he goes and lies. And then baada ya kutoka, ndio anakuja sana tuambia ya kwamba yale mambo ambayo nilikuwa naambiwa na William Ruto yalikuwa mabaya, nilikuwa nafanya kwa sababu nilikuwa chini yake, lakini mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa najua, my instincts was telling me that this thing was, if you knew that what you were doing was wrong, then my question is this: why were you doing it? Of course, you knew that it was wrong. Then after knowing that it was wrong, why were you doing it? You need to tell us that, okay, why were you doing it in the first place? See, you knew that it was wrong. Then why were you doing it? We should stop this narrative of these people trying to lying to us every now and then that, oh, Mara, this thing is happening because of this, I did this because... You did it because you wanted to. You didn't do it maybe because you were forced. Hakuna mwenye aliweka bunduki kwa kichwa chako kwa kuambia kwamba if you don't do it then this will happen. No. So all these politicians are the same. That is why the best thing to do in 2027 is to drain the swamp. There is nothing that ati tuache huyu mara huyu amefanya kazi vizuri mara, it just drain the swamp. If it is possible to drain, maybe we can leave alone. We can leave people like Babu Owino, can give people like Babu Owino opportunity, the next chance, maybe opportunity again. People like Edwin Sifuna. Those are the kind of people that I know can work. But name them Sakaja. Name them people like Alai. People like Lies. People like I don't know. I don't know somebody like. In fact, I don't even want to talk about people like William Samoei Ruto. And then now we come to people like Rigathi Gachagua. Anyway, I don't know your stand, but ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to do. In 2027, we'll have a lot to do. We will really have a lot to do. As far as choosing leaders will be concerned, again, we'll have a lot to do. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me know what to think in the comment section, but just a quick reminder that if you're totally meeting for the first time, don't forget to drop me a comment in the comment section telling me what to think and where exactly you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface. Bingo.